I'm James Parker, and this is Florida Story. Yes, thank you. For our first Florida story, we're going to Kenansville, Florida. It's never been on Florida Stories before, but it is absolutely middle of nowhere, Florida. It's in the center, in the swamps, and so it kind of makes sense when you learn that it's about, I don't know, an hour south of Orlando, 2 hours north of Trump's house. But so it kind of makes sense when you see the excellent headline here that 13 people hospitalized after two airboats have crashed. That's right, the old airboat crash. There's a place called Wild Florida, and you can go on airboat tours. And I guess someone zigged when they should have zagged. 28 people were on these two airboats that crashed. We have a report here from Channel 2.
The county says that the call came in about those two airboats colliding around 12:10 this afternoon. Florida Fish and Wildlife says two charter airboats at Wild Florida collided with 28 people on board. 13 were ultimately taken to the hospital and 17 people refused medical attention.
Yeah, and the news don't really add a whole lot to the story. I just feel the need to play it so you don't think I'm making this stuff up. Like, oh, the guy's running out of stories and he's just pulling stuff out of. No, I'm not. This is two airboats collided, 13 to the hospital, Florida.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. What is it?
For our next Florida story, we're going to Sarasota, where they have a sweet classic car museum. And in that classic car museum, I don't know a whole lot about cars, but I think I had like this Hot Wheel or something when I was a kiddo. It's a 911 Porsche from 1977, estimated to be worth $250,000, $250,000 car. And I'm sure they have, the greatest security system in the world at the Classic Car Museum. And so when it goes off in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., the cops show up and they don't see anything going on. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if it was a false alarm or whatever, but we checked everything. Everything looked okay. So they leave. Well, another alarm goes off at 4 in the morning. This time when the cops show up, the Porsche is gone. So this thief, probably working with a team, had to move 7 other classic cars in order to drive the brown 911 Porsche from 1977 out the lot. The story doesn't end there, though. They finally tracked this guy down, and 4 days later, they have him. He had already re-registered the car under another VIN number from a crashed 1977 Porsche matching the make and model, whatever. But it was in some scrapyard in Maine. So he got the VIN number there, and he had registered it under the ownership of a shell company, an LLC. The funky part is he had re-registered it in Sarasota, from which the car had been stolen. So I don't know if this guy's really smart or really dumb, but this is like this Gone in 60 Seconds reboot really stinks.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. What is it?
For our next Florida story, we're going to the Tampa area, where a Florida nonprofit has a $25,000 reward on a couple of horse thieves. Ooh. Horse thieves in Florida. I wouldn't normally put these two together. Hang on, dude. This is about to get really sick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to be the guy to tell you this. But the reason there is a string of horse thefts, or the suspected ring for the string of horse thefts, this is not an isolated incident, is there's an underground black market for horse meat in Florida. Yeah, sorry. That's a thing now. I had to know about it, so now you have to know about it. These thieves are suspected of stealing Florida horses for human consumption. And I don't know. I would eat a horse. I think I would. Just at least once, just to try it out, because I don't want to judge. So if there's two children that say they don't like broccoli, but one of them has tried broccoli before and he still doesn't like it, which one really doesn't like broccoli? Now substitute that for horse meat. Or don't. No, I'm sorry. I just kind of grossed myself out. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. What is it?
Ooh, hold on to your pants, because this last one is so Florida. Home Depot has a problem with people coming in and stealing stuff. These thieves have a ring that's stolen millions. But it's 5 guys, and they were finally busted. The ringleader of this band of 5 thieves is a pastor. According to reportedly, whatever, yada, 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 allegedly, The crew stole merchandise from Home Depot stores in the area 5 to 6 times a day on average. And the way they went and resold it is they put it on eBay. The pastor, that was his job, to put it on eBay and sell it that way. The name of his eBay account, here's a tippy top Florida cherry on top of the sundae for you. His name is Anointed Liquidator. Some people just can't get to hell fast enough. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. What is this?
Florida Stories is a Spring Rock Media production. Subscribe to the Florida Stories podcast. Follow the Florida Stories video version. You can find it all at springrockmedia.com. For Sterling on Sundays, I'm James Parker, and this is Florida Stories. James Parker here. I've been working with Dwayne Stein on the radio version of Mortgage Gumbo for years, and then a couple of years ago, I actually needed a mortgage. Me and my wife were moving to another state, and this was complicated. I'm a self-employed guy, so I like to, for tax purposes, have my income as low as possible. So does that hurt me qualifying? Wife is quitting her job and taking a new job. We're selling an existing house while at the same time buying a new house. All kinds of complications. And Dwayne's not just full of hot air on the radio show. He took the reins, took care of it for me, got all my paperwork. Him and Sam teamed up, and if there was a request for more info, they usually jumped on it before I even saw the email. Someone, I'm not going to name any names, but one of our realtors missed something in the paperwork, and Dwayne caught it. I'm not making this up just to make a good commercial. He's legit. So if you're buying, you need a refi, reverse, anything like that, call Dwayne Stein at Mortgage Gumbo. Go to mortgagegumbo.com.
Dad can.